Then I tell you we gonna feel some shit you ain't felt.
Bullshit. You know what you probably did set up. We know you did that.
Let's dive into this tangled mess of words, emotions, and boxing drama between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. It's a story that's been simmering for years, rooted in their amateur days, and has now boiled over into a chaotic personal and legal showdown that's kept fans hooked and headlines buzzing. This isn't just about punches thrown in the ring. It's about bruised egos, lawsuits, and a rivalry that spiraled far beyond the ropes. Let's break it down piece by piece and paint the full picture of this wild saga. As of March 25, 2025, the beef between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney dates all the way back to when they were kids slugging it out in the amateur ranks. They faced off 6 times, splitting the wins evenly, 3 apiece. That kind of history builds familiarity, sure, but it also plants seeds of resentment that don't fade away quickly. Fast forward to their professional careers, and those seeds have grown into a full-blown forest fire of animosity. Their latest clash, well, almost clash, happened earlier today, March 25, 2025, during a media event for the May 2nd fight card. No, they're not scheduled to fight each other yet, but you wouldn't know it from the venom they were spitting. They've got more hatred for each other than they do for their actual opponents, which, in the boxing world, is saying something. Picture this. The media day is in full swing, cameras rolling, reporters scribbling, and these two can't help but gravitate toward each other like moths to a flame. Words start flying, sharp, personal jabs that cut deeper than any left hook. Garcia is yelling about fear, about Haney feeling something he's never felt before. Haney's firing back, calling Garcia soft, whack, and a fraud. It's a verbal sparring session that's louder and messier than anything you'd see in the ring. Things escalate fast. Their noses are inches apart, chests puffed out, and just as it looks like fists might replace words, security swoops in, pulling them apart before it turns into a full-on brawl. It's chaos, but it's not surprising. This is Garcia and Haney in 2025, always one spark away from an explosion. To understand why it's gotten this bad, we need to rewind to April 2024, when these two finally met as pros, and it was a big deal. Haney's WBC super lightweight title was on the line, and Garcia was stepping up to challenge him at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The buildup was intense, with trash talk flying for weeks. Garcia, the flashy, outspoken showman, versus Haney, the cool, calculated technician. On fight night, Garcia shocked the world. He dropped Haney 3 times, something no one had done before, and walked away with a majority decision victory. It was a career-defining moment, or so it seemed. Haney, undefeated until that night, tasted the canvas and defeat for the first time, courtesy of Garcia's lightning-fast hands. But the celebration didn't last long. The win was tainted and overturned to a no contest after Garcia tested positive for Ostarine, a banned performance-enhancing drug. The New York State Athletic Commission came down hard, issuing a 1-year suspension, a $1.2 million fine, and a whole lot of controversy. Garcia's camp screamed foul, insisting he never took the drug intentionally. He's still out there swearing he's innocent, saying he'll prove it in court and in the ring. Haney, meanwhile, wasn't buying it. For him, this wasn't just a loss, it was a betrayal of the sport. He took it to the next level, filing a lawsuit against Garcia in September 2024, accusing him of battery, fraud, and breach of contract. His claim? He never signed up to fight a doped-up opponent, and Garcia's actions cost him more than just a title. The lawsuit didn't stop there. Haney also dragged Garcia's promoter, Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, and Garcia's strength coach, Dave "Scooter" Haneke, into the mess, demanding a full accounting of the fight's profits, 47% of which he was entitled to. Garcia, for his part, called it a money grab, dismissing Haney's legal moves as nonsense. But here's where it gets interesting. As of this week, March 25, 2025, both sides have asked the court to pause proceedings for 90 days. Why? Word is they're close to a tentative settlement, and according to sources, a rematch is in the works for later this year. Money talks, beef walks, and the ring might just settle this after all. Let's go back to that April fight for a second, because it's the root of so much of this drama. Garcia didn't just break Haney's undefeated streak, he broke the rules, at least according to the scales. The fight was set at 140 lbs, but Garcia weighed in at 143.2 lbs. He later admitted he missed weight on purpose, which meant he couldn't win Haney's title even if he won the fight. Haney only agreed to go ahead after some last-minute negotiations, but you can bet that's stuck in his craw. Add the doping scandal on top of that, and it's no wonder Haney's been out for blood, figuratively. And if you ask his dad, Ma, maybe literally. This soap opera took another wild turn during a heated face-off at the Empire State Building earlier this year, where things got downright ugly. Garcia was relentless, taunting Haney about his mother, yelling, "Where's your mom, a fool?" That pushed Bill Haney over the edge. He shoved Garcia, and security had to intervene. But Bill didn't hold back. As the chaos unfolded, he threatened, "He'll get killed on April 20th, echoing Ivan Drago's chilling line from Rocky IV. "If he dies, he dies." Bill Haney is not just a protective father, he's also a hype man and a provocateur, turning what started as a professional rivalry into a full-blown family feud. Garcia's mom didn't escape the verbal onslaught either, as Bill fired shots her way in the midst of the chaos. Now it's personal, and the gloves, both literal and figurative, are off. But Garcia's side of the story isn't just about bravado and trash talk. Behind all the cocky public persona, Garcia has been candid about his struggles with mental health, addiction, and a messy divorce. He's openly admitted to drinking every day, even on fight day, and even dabbling in shrooms and gambling. June 2024 marked a low point in his life when he was arrested for vandalism after trashing a hotel room at the Waldorf Astoria in Beverly Hills. The charges were eventually dropped after he paid $15,000 in restitution, but the incident served as a wake-up call. Garcia spoke about almost losing his kids, hitting rock bottom, and finally realizing he needed to change. "I was destroying my soul," he confessed. Now he claims to be in one of the best headspaces he's ever been in, having matured as a man and ready to move forward. Whether that holds up remains to be seen. Haney, on the other hand, keeps a cooler exterior. He's the disciplined one, the guy who doesn't let emotions spill out as easily, at least not outside the ring. But don't be fooled. Beneath the calm surface, he's absolutely furious. The doping scandal, Garcia missing weight, the shove, during a Vegas face-off months ago. It's all been simmering beneath the surface. Haney's been stewing on it all. The shove at the Empire State Building in particular was seen by some fans as revenge for the Vegas confrontation, while others suspect it was just staged hype for a fight that's already got enough heat to sell itself. Regardless of the motives, one thing is clear. Haney is not backing down. "He's a clown, a fraud," he said. "I'm going to expose him." The fans are eating it up. This rivalry is exactly what boxing thrives on. This feud has everything: history, betrayal, legal drama, and near brawls at iconic landmarks. Some argue it's all part of the show. Face-offs like these are often staged to drum up pay-per-view buys. But when Bill Haney is out there predicting death, and Garcia's talking about deleting Haney in 2 rounds, it feels far more real than just a publicity stunt. The stakes are high, and the animosity is palpable. The tension between Garcia and Haney has escalated into something that feels far beyond a simple boxing rivalry. It's a personal war now, one that's been fueled by egos, bitterness, and a lot of bad blood. How it all unfolds remains to be seen, but you can bet this story is far from over. Real. Too real. Maybe Garcia even crossed lines that Haney won't forgive, like the jabs at his religion, which Haney openly called out as going too far. "Let's leave it at what it is now," Haney warned. But it's clear the personal stakes have escalated, beyond just punches thrown in the ring. So where does it go from here? Garcia's suspension is set to end in April 2025, and if the rumors of a settlement are true, a rematch could headline the second half of the year. Since April 2024, both fighters have kept a relatively low profile, Haney licking his wounds from the controversy and Garcia working on rebuilding his life. But today's near brawl at the Empire State Building proves the fire between them is still very much alive. This rivalry isn't just some passing drama, it's real, and it's unfinished. They've got business to settle, and the ring is the only place to do it. Garcia is looking to prove his innocence and his dominance, while Haney is intent on reclaiming his pride and his title. It's clear that this rivalry is far from over. The stakes are personal, and the animosity runs deep. As boxing fans, we're just here waiting for the next chapter in what has already become a legendary saga. Stay tuned. Something tells me we haven't seen the last of this rivalry yet. Peace out, until the bell rings again.